This is Bhurikritical Mahabharat book chapter 8 Moshal Parva. After Krishna's death, how's Arjun lost to the robbers. So let's start. On the seventh day, he mounted a chariot and swiftly departed. And please select the red subscribe option and press the bell icon for my latest video updates. And if you want to see our previous videos, then click the channel name or picture below the video, then go to the video or playlist option. There were other chariots yoked to horses and vehicles drawn by bulls, mules and camels. The wives of the brave Vrishnis followed on these. Afflicted by grief and weeping, they followed the great soul Dhananjaya, Pandu's son, on Partha's instruction. The servants of the Andhakas and the Vrishnis, horse riders and chariot riders surrounded the woman, the aged, the young, and the citizens, who were without any brave ones to defend them, and advanced. Elephant riders advanced on elephants that were as large as mountains. There were foot soldiers for protection. They also raised their weapons and advanced. All the sons of the Andhakas and the Vrishnis followed Partha. There were prosperous Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Sudras. Ahead of them were Vasudeva's 16,000 wives, his great riches, and the intelligent Krishna's grandson, Vajra, Bhoja, Vrishni, and Andhaka women also advanced with their husbands killed. There were thousands of them, indeed tens of millions. That group of Vrishnis was like an ocean. Partha, foremost among warriors, great in his knowledge of dharma and the conqueror of enemy cities, escorted it. After the pupil departed the ocean, the abode of Makarash flooded Dwarka, which was still full of jewels with its waters. The people who were residents of Dwarka looked at the extraordinary sight. They said that this was nothing but destiny and advanced faster and faster. Dhananjaya made the Vrishni women rest in beautiful groups, mountains, and near rivers. The intelligent one arrived at the prosperous land of the five rivers. The Lord arranged for them to dwell there in a region that was full of cattle, other animals, and grain. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, some bandits saw that the husbands of this woman had been killed and that they were being led by Partha alone. They became greedy. Greed robbed those evil doers of their senses. Those Abhiras saw the opportunity to do something wicked and consulted each other. Arjuna is the only warrior. There are the aged and the young. The husbands have been killed, the other warriors are without energy and are passing through our territory. Thousands of bandits descended and began to strike them with sticks, desiring to steal the property. Those people attacked the Vrishnis as if goaded by the progress of time and desiring the riches they attacked. With his followers, Konteya means Arjun swiftly returned. The mighty armed Arjuna laughed and said, O wicked ones who do not know about Dharma, if you wish to be safe and do not wish to die, retreat. Otherwise, you will have to sorrow when my arrows mangle your bodies and you are killed by me. When the brave one spoke in this way, they paid no attention to his words. Arjuna repeatedly tried to restrain the foolish ones who had attacked. Arjuna then Arjuna then tried to string a giant, undecaying and divine bow, Gandiva. To be able to string it, he had no make a great deal of effort. While that tumultuous engagement was going on, he struggled and finally strung it. He then thought of his weapons but couldn't remember them. In the engagement, he witnessed this great calamity of the strength of his arms having disappeared. The great and divine weapons no longer manifested themselves, and he was ashamed. All the Vrishni warriors, those who were fighting on elephants, horses, and chariots, were unable to prevent those men from stealing their possessions. As they attacked from different directions, they abducted many women. Through Partha made great effort, he couldn't protect the people. While all the warriors looked on in every direction, the best of women were seized. There were other women who uh, voluntarily went with the robbers, supported by the servants of the Vrishnis. The Lord Partha Dhananjaya forcefully shot arrows from Gandiva and struck the bandits. O king, however, in a short while his arrows were exhausted. Earlier, his quivers used to be inexhaustible, but now the arrows were exhausted. Seeing that his arrows were exhausted, he was filled with sorrow and grief. The son of Paka's chastiser used the ends of the bow to kill bandits or Janmejaya. However, in every direction, while Partha looked on, the Mlechas seized the best of the Brishni and Andhaka women. The Lord Dhananjaya through that this could be nothing other than destiny. He was full of sorrow and grief and sighed deeply. The weapons had disappeared and the valor of his arms had been destroyed. The bow was no longer under his control and his arrows had been exhausted. Partha was cheerless and thought, O king. He started to retreat and said, This is nothing but destiny. The immensely intelligent one collected the remaining wives and the remaining jewels and went to Kurukshetra. Kaurava Dhananjaya arranged for the wives of the Vrishnis with the remaining possessions to reside there. There was a city named Matikavat, Partha, supreme among men, instated Hadikya's son there and left the remaining wives of the king of Bhojas there. Pandava collected all the older other old, young, and women, those who were without brave ones to protect them, and made them reside to Shakraprastha, the one with Dharma in his soul, honored and aged, and the young. So that is why Arjuna defeated